I want to talk a bit about Bruno Fernandes. Do you feel he should step up a little bit more, Simo? Because his numbers in previous seasons outstanding, particularly one where he got 18 goals. 18 goals in a season. But it's been dwindling ever since.
A lot of them are penalties, granted, but no, look, listen, we just talked about there, you know, about different personnel. Now, if I'm Bruno Fernandes playing in a 10, and I turn and I get into them pockets, I need to know that the players in front of me know what I want to do. And I just don't think sometimes, yes, I know what you're saying about the numbers, but he needs people to make the runs for him to get the numbers. And with different personnel, you know, 1 minute's Marcus up front, Højlund, who's getting to know, Garnacho 1 minute on the left and he's on the right. Anthony, does he make any runs in behind? No, he doesn't. Though I do feel for Bruno in terms of in that respect, it's difficult for him to try and get assists.
I know you have some strong thoughts about Bruno Fernandes. He is the captain of Manchester, let's not forget, so he's supposed to lead by example. That's what captains do.
Yes. Look, in terms of his technical ability, he's absolutely fantastic. His numbers are astonishing, genuinely astonishing. The element of his game that I am not a fan of at all, and I don't think any captain of any football club should be, is the arms being thrown up in the air and the overfeigning the injuries that he's got. That winds me up a little bit. And that's the only thing that I can say that I'm not impressed with in terms of his game. Now, when I've played, and Danny would be the same, we've had captains that lead by example. And when I say lead by example, I mean, if you're on the floor, if you get kicked in the ankle and it hurts, look, it does hurt, especially on a cold winter's day, but you get up, you rub it off, and you just get on with it. I don't want to see my captain rolling around on the floor, and that's the part of his game that I feel that lets him down the most, and that's what lots of people want to target, more so than how good he actually is as a football player.
I'm trying to imagine Wes Morgan rolling around on the ground.
Wes wouldn't do that.
Well,
I played with him at Leicester as well.
Yeah.
Listen, that's a big tough old centre back, isn't it? But listen, I agree with what Jermaine's saying. Look, I wouldn't be happy, but at the same time, that's Bruno. That's how he was as a character before he got given the captain armband. You know, can he all of a sudden change, you know, them traits and characteristics in his game? I don't think he can, but I would be saying you've got to try to stop us talking about him, to let him just concentrate on his game. But listen, one thing I will say is that he's brave. He'll always want the ball. If I was on the pitch, I know I could always give him the ball, and he wouldn't go hiding behind players. So in that respect, yeah, he's a leader in a different kind of way.
Because Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is in the news again this week, and it's not the first time he said it, players rejected the opportunity to be captain. If you're saying...
I would never reject the armband.
You would never... Okay.
Never reject the armband. That is a privilege. That's a privileged position you're being put in. The manager is trusting you to lead the team out, to be the focal point of that team. If anything, you're the manager on the pitch. That's what a captain is, you know. I'm taking that responsibility. I'm snatching it with both hands, genuinely.
The reason I brought it up is, if people are rejecting the chance to wear the armband, who else would you have as captain? If you're going to question Bruno Fernandes, you could say Harry Maguire, but he doesn't look like a regular starter at times.
He seems like he's out of it at the moment, doesn't he?
Who else?
Well, for me, I'm looking at players that are robust, players that are going to be physically fit on a regular basis. And to be honest, there's not many. There hasn't been many. There's been so many injuries. But the one you would say is a regular starter has to be the goalkeeper.
And he just joined.
But he's just joined, I know, but he's going to be a consistent voice, a voice that everybody's going to hear on a regular basis.
Yeah, I think, like Jermaine said, I think you would like to sit here and say, Luke Shaw.
Yes.
Knows the club, been here 10 years.
Johnny Evans.
Gets injured. Johnny Evans knows the club. He couldn't in as fifth choice. You can't believe how many games he's played. He's been fantastic, by the way.
Incredible.
Casemiro gets suspended, he's had injuries, been out of form, so there's not many we can really say.
Same with Varane as well, isn't it?
Varane's the same, he gets injured. Then you're looking at Garnacho, Marcus Rashford.
Too young,
you know,
not.
there's just no one else for me.